Всем привет, дорогие друзья, с вами снова мистер Эден, и мы начинаем прохождение Драуген. Это хоррор, детективный хоррор, насколько мне известно. Все настройки стоят на максимум, если кому интересно. И мы начинаем. В игре очень красивая музыка, поэтому надевайте наушники. Когда я первый раз увидел эту игру, я поразился скриншотом, там очень красивые пейзажи. Вот, поэтому, я думаю, будет интересно. Еще это хоррор. Я это уже сказал, конечно, но...
The water's cold.
It's a fjord. You're not going swimming.
Boo. You're such a wet blanket, teddy bear.
You know I don't like it when you call
Edward. Edward Charles Hardin, Esquire.
Will you promise to behave on land?
Don't I always?
Lissy, promise.
Oh, piffle and phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave. I'll be a proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or call anyone old bean. Aside from you. So, do you think we'll find your Betty in, what did you call this village? Gravewick? Grovewick? Greywoke?
Эдвард уверен, что его сестра Элизабет здесь, хотя последний раз он общался с ней несколько месяцев назад. Ага. Окей.
Perhaps Betty found herself a burly Viking warrior and went native. Put horns on her hat. Drinks mead out of a
Давайте,
chalice.
допустим.
She's there.
How can you know for sure?
She's my sister.
But how can you know?
I just do. In her letter, she wrote about...
But that's months ago. She could have gone anywhere.
Without writing, or telegraphing her editor in New York, she wouldn't do that. Betty's...
Oh, the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, little Miss...
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine. I'm sorry. Elizabeth's a darb. We all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear? Edward? We will find her. Betty's fine. Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore. She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts to the middle of absolutely nowhere Scandinavia way just to chase
Norway.
her down. Everything will be Jake, old fruit. Is that it? Is that Groovewoke? It looks so peaceful and beautiful and so desolate, like a place built for ghosts.
Finally. I don't think I could do this for much longer.
Can't you row any faster? I'm getting frightfully bored.
How about you take over, Alice?
You slay me, Teddy, old bean. Was that thunder?
Still distant. The boat will be in safe harbor by the time the weather arrives.
So you say. But I say put your back into it, because we're sitting ducks out here. Quack, quack.
Какая-то нервная у нас спутница. Болтлива.
It's so quiet. Where is everyone?
Probably working. I know it's a foreign concept to you, but that's something normal people do.
Hardy har har.
The Fretland farm is up the hill somewhere.
Up where?
I
Там.
believe it's that farmhouse, all the way at the top.
Hot dog! Let's ankle!
Hold on. Let me read the letter from Mrs. Fretland first.
I'll meet
and-
you up there, old sport. I want to explore. Last one's a skunk's tail.
Ну ты там не убьешься,
Ready?
надеюсь.
Be careful. The ground's muddy. You could slip and fall.
See you in 2 shakes.
Давай, иди.
Dear Mr. Harden, we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home. Trouble to hear of your sister's disappearance. No news to share. You'll find our farm on top of the hill. I hope I got that right. Look forward to seeing you here in October. Yours faithfully, Anna Fretland. Well, I'm here. Where are you? Did you make it to Grovik, Betty? And why did you pick
Наша
this
сестра, значит, не знаю.
forlorn hole under the mountains? Also sprach Zarathustra.
Что я не понял?
Teddy, are you coming? I'm almost there.
On my way.
В смысле убогую дыру?
Righto. Step to it, teddy bear.
Чтобы найти.
Lissy?
I'm up at the farm.
Ага, окей. В смысле убогую дыру? Какая тут красота? Тут только так жить. Отдохнуть? Ну давайте.
Are you coming?
Just taking a break.
Hurry up.
Это, видимо,
It's getting closer.
одна из тех игр, которые типа скринсейвер. Такие очень красивые пейзажи скандинавские. Устал. Еще надо отдохнуть. Эх. Блин, красиво тут. Я даже скриншот сделаю. Если вы не против. Хотя я уже сделал. Еще один. Так, можно идти дальше. Мне правда очень красиво. Правда, у меня такое ощущение, как будто игра немножко тормозит или подфризживает немного. Да, да, красиво. Да, что-то пустовато для такого места тут. По идее, должно быть много людей.
This way.
Да иду, я иду. Я старый.
Where are you, Lissy?
I'm by the farmhouse.
Композитор Стивен Пол. Ну, очень красиво, ничего не скажешь. Так. Флаг на середину опущен, значит, скорее всего, кто-то умер. Ну, если я не ошибаюсь. По-моему, когда опускается на середину, это значит, что кто-то умер.
What took you so long?
I'm not 17.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
Did you see the flag? It's at half-mast.
Да, кто-то умер.
Someone died.
So this is it, huh? Nice digs. But seriously, where is everyone?
Блин.
This is starting to creep me out.
Гора, тишина кажется ему странной, но с другой стороны здесь живут люди, которым приходится много тяжело работать.
They can't all have.
Ну, рыбачить это как-то странно. Мне было видно, но я думал, что ага.
What's that
Ну,
Arthur Conan
скорее
Doyle
дома, чем в горах.
Perhaps
рыбачить.
everyone's indoors. The rain's picking up.
story? You first, old bean.
Вообще-то, я не старый Боб.
Hello? Anyone there? Mr. Fretland? Mrs. Fretland? This is Edward Charles Harden, the American. We've exchanged letters.
Maybe they went on holiday and left the door open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
I can't just barge into their home.
It's not a crime if you're invited.
Ну да, нас приглашали, так что, в принципе.
I'm coming in. This is Mr. Harden. Hello? Is anyone home?
This house is as empty as a bird's nest in December.
Ну-ка,
This is the kitchen.
кухня.
Hello? Anyone there?
Что-то пусто вообще, даже
Hey, you want to check out the upstairs?
ни шума никакого. Сверху чуть-чуть не идет свет, да и чувствует, что дом совершенно пуст. Да, чувствует неловкость. Да нет надобности.
I'm a guest. Why would I start poking around every corner of the house?
I don't know. Maybe they're playing hide and go seek. Well,
Смешно,
I didn't want to go upstairs anyway. It's creepy.
There must be a sitting room on this floor.
Так. Hello.
Oh, this is nice. Charmingly rustic. The Boston Beaumont would pay a pretty penny for this setup. I thought foreigners lived differently. This is almost like an American home.
People are people wherever you go.
Thanks, Proust.
Погода какая-то.
It's really coming down.
How about a quick run in the rain?
You can't be serious.
You're already a wet blanket, teddy bear. It's not like you'll get any wetter. Look! Family pictures. They must be the, what did you call them?
Что это?
The Fretlands.
Right. Anna and John?
Johann.
This is honestly not what I'd pictured. They're very presentable. Not at all like turnip farmers.
They're not turnip farmers. That must be Johann Fretland, master of the house.
What makes you think he's the master of anything? It's 1923, Teddy, old boy. Women can vote.
Цветы завяли. Похоже, что давно не было.
Betty might be with the Fretlands, wherever they are.
Wouldn't Anna Fretland have written you?
She might have. We left Hanover a month ago.
I'm guessing their daughter is the master of this house. She's cute as a button. I can't wait to meet her. She's guaranteed to be more fun than you.
О, какие мы. Йохан.
Old Johann's a bit wooden, isn't he? Like someone put a
They're
stick up
posing for a
up his
photograph.
rear end. I say, loosen up, Johann. I'm sure you two stiffs will get along famously. Johann went and found himself a delectable bride.
Alice, please.
What can I say? She's a minx.
Anna Fretland is a respectable woman. Her letter was courteous and professional.
Didn't you say she was a city girl? Must have been awfully hard to adjust to life in the sticks. I can relate.
Hanover isn't the sticks.
Says you.
Окей. Посмотреть. Церковь.
There's the Stave Church.
Do you think that's where they've all gone? Maybe there's a very popular funeral.
The flag was at half-mast, but no sign of life out there.
Хотя там туман, ничего не видно, я не делал таких поспешных выборов.
Where do you think they've gone?
The Fretlands.
The Fretlands, the Hansons, the Jensens, all of them.
I'm sure they'll be back soon.
It's like a dead land. As though its soul has departed.
О. Какая-то подожженная книга в камине.
What are you looking at there?
A book.
Strange place for a book. Unless it was a terrible book that deserved a good burning. What's the title?
The cover's charred. Christmas 1922. To Ruth. From Simon. Why would someone burn this?
Like I said, maybe it was a terrible book. Is Simon one of the Freddylanders?
I don't think so. They only have the one daughter.
Окей. Что-то пока непонятно, что происходит.
Did you hear something?
No.
Must be the wind under the door. Or the churning sea. Or the interminable rain. Or flesh-eating ghouls waiting to pounce?
Alice, honestly.
You're the one who reads Poe to me. Don't blame me for having an active imagination.
Так, стоп, тут еще что-то было. Книги.
The books are all in English.
Isn't that a bit odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Olesund.
Have you been secretly communicating with Johann's winsome wife?
Детектив
Edward
начинается.
Garrett?
Certainly not. She was the one who wrote me, because Mr. Fretland's English isn't as...
Only joking. Lighten up, old sport. Don't be such a pill. Oh, those boys look proud as peacocks. What does it say there? Groovy?
Gruben, the mine.
Maybe that's where everyone is. Digging for precious jewels in the Stygian abyss.
From what I learned of this place during the brief stay in Olesund, the iron mine shut down 20 years ago. Frederick and Johann Fretland, founders of the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
They're the spitting image of each other.
Twin brothers and business partners.
Это не Элизабет, случайно?
Who's the boy? He looks related to the other two.
Нет, блин, не похоже. Прочитаем сейчас. Май 1900.
Johann Fretland exits Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
So the brothers parted ways?
Johann sold his share to focus on farming.
That must have put a damper on their relationship.
Июль.
Tragic accident befalls the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
What happened?
The mine collapsed, killing 3 workers, including Arne Fretland, Frederick and Johann's younger brother.
That's awful. How old was he?
19.
Капец.
He might be the boy in the photograph.
19 лет.
Operations were suspended after the accident. Foreign investors out of Frederick Fretland's mining company. Dire financial consequences for Fretland, who must have had a difficult time after his brother Johann Fretland pulled out earlier this year.
Johann was smart to exit when he did.
The timing is curious, like he knew something was about to go awry.
Это, кстати, будет довольно неторопливое прохождение, потому что я хочу погрузиться в эту историю. Вот, очень неторопливо будем проходить, там на все мелочи обращать внимание, читать все, слушать. Вот, поэтому... Ого.
Oof, that's a grim sight, old bean.
Да.
I'm exhausted and soaked to the bone.
Let's get you to bed.
We'll wait for the Fretlands. It's only courteous.
Даже не знаю. Что тут? Ёп.
Betty,
Have you gone screwy again, Teddy? That's not Betty.
Her
That's...
scarf.
А, шарф,
I'd
да-да-да.
know it anywhere.
It doesn't look
Точно.
like anything to me. It
She
just
bought it in
looks like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas before last. When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got dizzy watching her.
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, you're wrong. I'm sure she was there. Look, it is her scarf. It even smells like her perfume. Shalimar.
But what if that's not...
She's here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's great, Edward, really. I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up. I mean, where's everyone gone to?
Что происходит?
Something's not right, I'm telling you. Teddy? Edward, what's
Ой-ой.
wrong?
Lightheaded, that's all.
You're having another spell. You know what happens when you exert yourself.
Типа должен поспать.
Sit down. That's an order from your commander.
Yes. Fine. I just need to catch my breath. Just for a moment.
I want you to lie down. Lie down and close your eyes. It's been a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
Well, what if the Fred...
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If they come home, I'll wake you. Now, lie down, close your eyes, breathe deeply.
I'm just...
Да, что странновато, никого нет дома. Шарф на манекене. Что-то тут нечисто.
Elizabeth? Is that you?
Так, что такое? Меня опять этот манекен испугал.
Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here? Lissy? Alice? Where are you? Where are you? Hello?
Ёп,
Hey, who's there? Betty?
что
Elizabeth?
такое?
Wait!
Что вообще с погодой? Херня какая-то.
Lissy, there's someone outside. It might be Betty.
Что на кухне?
Are you in here, Lissy?
Нет, не тут.
Where are you? Who's out there? Hello? Betty? Lissy?
Ты чё?
I'm not alone.
Ну, понятно, что ты не один. Минимум Лись. Ты чё такое? Так, что-то непонятно начинается. Опа.
I can hear you.
Это ты, Лиси?
Betty? Alice? Alice, where are
Лиса,
you?
ты где? Куда она делась опять?
Who goes there? Wait!
Кто там? Перелезли. А, хорошо. Так, можешь как-нибудь бегать там, может ускорить шаг? А, вот. Так. Может топор
Someone
взять?
there?
Что происходит?
Hello?
Коза?
Betty, is that you? Are you out there, Betty? Can you hear me? Are you there, Betty?
Ни хрена. Куда мы так укатились?
Shit.
Жесть.
Elizabeth, are you there?
Господи, что происходит? Вообще какое-то туманище жуткое.
The boat, Edward! Where's our boat?
Господи.
Lissy.
Куда ты пошла?
Where did you go? Why did you leave me?
It stopped raining and you were sleeping, and our boat, it's gone.
The boat... What? How?
Maybe you didn't secure it properly.
I pulled it up. I don't know. I thought I tied it securely, but... Did you see Betty?
Did I see? What are you talking about?
I think... Betty... It was Betty. It was her. It must have been her. I saw her face in the window, and she vanished into the dark towards the sea. You really didn't see anyone?
I haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her and
Yes.
not...
I mean, I saw her face, and it looked like her.
Well, if it was her, why did she run away?
I don't know. It's getting dark. Back to the house. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself.
Да.
You really need to sleep. You must be exhausted.
Скользнулся я на грязи.
Come on.
Мы хотя бы не одни. Пока что. Надеюсь. Второй день. Так. Это по-прежнему тут стоит.
I will find you again.
Можно еще раз посмотреть? Ну-ка, мы выспались, и ничего не изменилось. Окей. Ну, хотя бы дождь прекратился, и то хорошо. Ого! Нифига ты там накручиваешь.
I just about given up on you ever waking up.
Ох, как
Sleep
красиво.
well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake at first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
Сон. Стоп, что? Он все еще шокирован событием прошлой ночи, чтобы равенство, что игрой воображения. Он все еще шокирован событием прошлой ночи, могла в ночь тут вместе так. Ага. Все еще шокирован событием прошлой ночи, уже что я было всего лишь.
You were about to say something.
Сон, пофиг.
I'd just woken up. I was groggy, and the mist was thick as pea soup. I don't know if I saw what I thought I saw.
You were chasing a ghost?
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Oh, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, Teddy Bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without your tea and toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Это ты издеваешься.
Let's uncover your secrets, Grovik.
О. Так, это у нас что? Ну, это карта, это понятно. Допустим. Окей, пойдем. Смотрю журнал. Окей. Так. Блин, как что красиво. Это церковь. Трусцой.
Alice!
I'm by the village houses!
Угу. Ты что там делаешь? Слезай.
It's such a beautiful day. You could bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
Вечно лазить по деревьям, скалам, запирается холод. Светит солнце, она чувствует, что...
Teddy? Hello?
Ты упадешь.
Careful you don't fall.
You suck the fun out of everything, old boy.
We're far from any doctor. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
That's not very likely, is it?
I thought you were scouting ahead.
What do you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
Окей, ну что-то я очень сомневаюсь, что кто-то есть.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why, hello, Mr. American. Please come in for a cup of tea and biscuits.
Нет,
You're not
никого
helping.
нету.
Also, they drink coffee here, not tea.
Going home?
Нету никого. Че, не вышло, да? Давай, давай, соберись. Ты сможешь. Хоть... Ну, почти. Че, еще раз попробуешь? Давай, 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 давай. Хоть... Ну, почти, давай еще раз.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport.
Давай,
Did you
давай,
check
давай,
all the
давай.
houses?
Ясно. Ой.
Hello? Who's there?
Что такое форейдер? Я не помню.
Hello? Anyone home?
Ну, явно кто-то захлопнул ее, ну или это ветер. Скорее ветер, чем кто-то. Надеюсь, что это ветер. Записка. Так.
September 21st, 1923. Vi desperata. Lissy, found something here. Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in... Good Sforlata. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the... Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissy. The letter just trails off. Was never sent.
Тут умерли дети, видимо. Что-то тут произошло.
Did you see this door closing?
Серьезно?
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat.
Это не
There's one
ветер,
more
я
house.
уверен.
Third time's the
Это
charm.
Бетти.
Anyone home?
Unless they're playing hide and go seek, I'd say that's a no.
Никого.
3 strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while.
О!
Someone painted the word
Nice.
traitor on one of the doors. And
Yep.
there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong. The villagers are not indoors.
Исследовать. Что видел, пока лишь малую часть деревни, осталось еще много мест. Ну да, надо.
I saw some sheds down by the water.
Where are you going?
В смысле, куда? Куда?
So, I saw some sheds down by the water.
Магазин,
There's the
церковь.
general store. A church.
In other words, time for some sightseeing? Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
What on earth are you doing?
Handstands, Teddy! My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Окей. Колодец. Колодец. Почему из колодца трава торчит? Ну ладно, это формальность. Так, о! Шалом. Один из вас выбрался, он напугал меня. Я надеюсь, туда иду. Ну да, мне в церковь надо пойти. Так что, видимо, туда. И куда же все-таки подевалась Элизабет? О, опять эта коза. Видимо, вот этот сбежал. Слышь? Не хочет убегать. Опа. А, ну это нормально, же церковь. Так, что у нас тут объявление?
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
Угу. Окей.
All these graves. What happened?
It's a cemetery.
But look at the soil. These are recent burials.
You're
Да.
right.
Do you think this is where everyone's gone? Are they all dead? I don't like it here. It's
Блин, ну,
creepy.
наверное, да, все.
How many graves are there?
Not enough, I guess. How many people lived here?
I'm not sure. Also, someone must have buried them.
There's that.
Something did happen. Several people died in a short period of time.
How? An accident? A mass murder? Spanish flu?
I wouldn't want to speculate until I've learned more.
I can speculate for the both of us.
Well, Betty's not here. I'm gonna keep looking.
What about the church?
Why would they board up a church?
To keep the ghosts from escaping?
Lissy.
Or the goats from getting in?
Я не знаю.
What does that say?
God is not here.
Хм. Хм.
What does that say?
God is not here.
Здесь нет. Так, значит, какая-то болезнь, видимо, все-таки. Либо сатана. Нет, либо что-то другое, что очень много людей убило. Но это очевидно, конечно. Так, ну тут все заколочено. Блин, я даже не знаю. Трещина, может, не, ничего тут нету. Ну, тогда надо...
Well, so much for that. No wedding, no baptism, no funeral.
There must be people somewhere. Where are you going?
For constitutional. To breathe some of this salty sea air. You go on ahead. I'll find you.
Угу. Туда можно сходить. Можно посидеть. Нельзя, видимо. Окей. Надо смотреть остальные домики. Так, сейчас по журналу. О, открылась еще местность. Ага. Так, я понял, в принципе. Пока ничего сложного нет. Можно и без карты пока обходиться. Ну, типа, немного развилок.
Where are you?
I'm up at the church, Teddy.
О. Что он там до сих пор делает? Я вот тут подскользнулся. Видимо. Или нет, потому что я бы тут убился скорее. А где я подскользнулся так жестко?
How about we don't go back to Hanover
Чё?
and stay here instead?
Как ты
And
так
how would I
быстро
survive?
спустилась?
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order. Frederick Fretland and son.
Johann's brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including the only store in town.
Also the post office and telegraph. There may be something that'll lead us to Betty in there.
Or at least to some canned sardines. We need to get you fed, old bean.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland. The older gentleman is clearly Mr. Fretland's twin brother.
Twins are confusing. If this was a dime novel, they'd be switching places at some point to confuse the coppers. Damn you, twins!
Simon Fretland. Frederick's son.
And Johann's nephew. See, I'm getting the hang of this. Simon. Simon. That was the name in the burnt book. So Simon is Ruth's older cousin.
Не погнали, что. Может, тут кто-то и есть. А, тут закрыто, в принципе.
Applesauce.
Why lock any
Чего?
doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello? Are you open? Is anyone there?
Can't you just bust down the door? Locks be damned.
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder.
Типа, в смысле яблочное пюре? Не понял. Если знаете, напишите в комментариях. Плакат.
They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine. On July 24th, in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives.
Телеграфный аппарат.
The telegraph is out of order.
Блин.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
Well, this place really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or Draugans, I guess.
Паром.
The ferry route is no longer operating.
Rats!
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map. Tobacco farming, maybe.
Так, это, наверное, дом рыбака, скорее всего. Нет, вряд ли. О, лодка. Стоп. А, ну это сломанная какая-то. Другая лодка была.
A boat! Teddy! A hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Not without Betty.
Вот. Так вот же наша лодка, нет.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So who took our boat? A ghost?
Дай.
If not a ghost, then a goat?
Не будем
I
сумасшедшим.
believe the tide took our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? A ghost?
А, такой прикольный бережок. Но тут, по-моему, ничего нету. О, можно залезть. Нет, нельзя. Так, пойдем дальше. Тут много лодок, в принципе. О, что-то такое. Здесь он мне это круг. Я не знаю, что это. Ну, что я не могу, типа.
What's this?
Remnants of the mining operation.
What, mine?
Remember, I told you.
Что показалось?
There was a mine here.
Сзади
but it
было.
closed down 20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found.
Tilmin Om. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902. Georg Hatlestad, Niels Frambu, Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article.
Такую трагедию в своем маленьком сообществе он это понимает, остро переживает, как все и каждый. Значит, братья Ферман думает о том, что жертвам биться семьи. Несчастный случай.
The newspaper said the accident forced the mine to shut down.
What does any of this have to do with us?
I still don't know why Elizabeth came here,
And you think it has something to do with this mine?
or with what it did to the village. Maybe. He was just 19.
How long had he been working in the mine? That's too young for a dirty job like digging into rock.
We're in the real world, Lissy. Most teeners don't have the luxury to idle away their days with games and witty repartee.
Ouch.
Окей. Это значит память. Где вход? Нету, походу. Ну, тут можно посмотреть, наверное. Да, ничего не видно. Ладно. Пойдем к этой шахте, значит.
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side? What do you say, old sport?
Не слишком соблазнительно, согласен.
Oh, horse feathers! You may be the most boring man in this country. Where's your sense of adventure,
Ты
old sport?
конченая!
Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear.
Я хочу выжить.
He'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to?
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
Мы только что там были, там было яблочное пюре. Ладно, сходим еще раз.
What if everyone turned into a pebble? And they can't speak, but they see and feel everything that happens to them.
There's something very wrong with your head.
Wouldn't that just be awful? Why, I'd be a murderer.
Так, окей. Ты куда? Ю. О, это же эта шляпа Бетти.
Is that? Lizzie, come here. It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat? I'm
I
not
know
sure
my sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Так, ясно. Надо было лишь подтолкнуть его. Погнали. Ломаем. Ну ломай, что ты дергаешь? Нет. Или стекло надо выбить. А, через окно. Нормально. Открывай. Давай. Камень, нужен камень, нужен камень, нужен камень, чтобы выбить это нахуй. Ты сможешь в роли камня? Вот, лейка какая-то. Так, ясно, не надо ничего рушить, надо просто найти. О, открытое окно.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
Давай, дядя.
It won't budge.
Nah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
Ну, погнали.
I can't believe I'm actually breaking. Whoops, Daisy.
Ох, опять, ты
Oh
что ж
my,
ты на ногах
Teddy.
не
You're
стоишь?
such a sap.
Могла бы помочь. И чё, я так и буду бежать, не?
Edward Charles Hart. Dilettante, world traveler, cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on
Для
a higher
начала.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty.
Ого.
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when...
is this blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Well, that's all right then. What does it say? Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
Так, можно открыть сначала дверь, не?
Barn means child, and mortar, that's...
Child murderer. Edward,
Убийца.
they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably the same someone who vandalized the store.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be ridiculous. We're all alone. What else do you suggest we do?
Так. У меня
It's the same
фотография.
photograph as in the
Johan's
farmhouse,
gone. At least, I assume he's the one who's been... Snip.
but Frederick clearly did not want anything to do with his twin brother.
Мгм. Так, ладно, шляпка, шляпка, шляпка. Так, открыть неужели? Отлично. Всё. Так. Да серьезно
Damnation.
закрыто.
The hat's in here.
Calm down, old boy. Anyway, how's a hat going to help us?
Who knows what else is in here? There could be more clues.
All right.
О,
Okay. Everything's Jake. We made it into the store. I'm sure we'll find a way through that door.
телеграф.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been
Я
fixed?
работаю.
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
S-O-S.
Типа тут.
Oh boy. If only this thing worked. We could order a boat to come get us. Or, even better, order some hot grub.
Доставка. Так, это у нас Тил Симон. Это то, что там было написано. Сожгли еще. Мгм. Странненько. Что тут?
What are you doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
Записка.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon.
Касса.
Casa. I don't know what that word means. Yai put it means I put. Knuckle is key.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa. I wish I had my dictionary. The note's addressed to his father.
So the key was moved. But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Can we really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge.
Звучит кушка. Не меняет не менее десятка, на всех надписано «Доставить сеть штампов». Но они застряли здесь, словно души в чистилище. Души в чистилище.
These were
Интересно.
never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I received Mrs. Fretland's letter in June.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Ладно.
Casa.
So
Касса.
that's what it means. Cash register.
Ясно.
You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't
Настоящий
worry.
гангстер.
If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house.
Ключ, конечно, нахер мне деньги, тут
Wasn't
кого
there
нет
supposed to
даже.
be a key?
Here it is.
Нахер мне деньги. Что это? Это, наверное...
Why would Frederick keep a list of what he calls traitors?
What did they do to him?
Cross him in some way? Why else keep a list of undesirables?
Габы. Окей, ну ладно. Ну, надо открывать дверь, значит. Шляпка. Записка. Буду брать.
It is her hat.
Teddy, I'm not
Betty
sure
was
that's...
here. And not long ago.
Okay, but if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
What's that?
A handwritten note.
I'm not blind. What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johann, you... Nectar. Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother. Simon did not... Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johann, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johann never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johann thought...
The mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church. Isn't the church right above us? Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The one in the note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
Where?
See for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
Наверное. Я чуть не понял, что за утес, ладно. Я там ходил.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without heart? Get yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute. Come on, it's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big boy. Start acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about... Whoops-a-daisy.
Ну, он вроде в зеркале не такой старый, а кряхтит, как реально дед какой-то.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl
Edward.
got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. Please look at me when I'm talking to you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
Может, ты права.
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
Is that blood?
The girl could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
Горшок какой-то. А, это куколка. Кукла какая-то. Я извиняюсь. Небольшой стоп был. Меня отвлекли. Так, это кукла. Это определенно кукла. Без головы.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer also decapitates dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. It looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong in a child's doll.
Who cares? Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up.
Ну, так это
Maybe we'll find
странно.
more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Huh. Did you follow the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
Капец, он
You
запыхался.
can see clear beyond the edge of the world.
One
Oh,
second.
Teddy Bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean? Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
Ну, стой. Когда он смотрит, ему становится нехорошо, что пугает его. Падение на эти камни означает, что он был бы смертельно почти в любом случае.
If she fell headfirst on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there. Lissy, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissy? Are you there?
Что-то она, видимо, нашла.
Teddy,
My word.
Охренеть.
Look away, Lissy.
is this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
What about those fresh graves at the church? There were at least half a dozen of them. Did everyone just die?
They're not necessarily
Oh,
connected.
come on. Ugh, this is just ghastly. What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself? Sorry.
Что такое Рут? Знаешь, что такое Рут, конечно.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Рут.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth?
А, Рут,
Maybe she
именно.
came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's
Well,
just speculation with no basis in fact.
Всё.
There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Does it look like he's resting in peace?
Мгм.
You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. This is... It's tragic, but really none of my
Oh,
concern.
Betty, Betty, Betty. Always just Betty. You don't care about anyone else. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, look at me when I'm talking to you.
Да. Ну, смотрю.
Anyway, Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves respect. Would you please just do this one decent deed? If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty. What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
Да ты...
I can't reach that far.
Опять он стрёмный. Ну, точнее, не страшный тип человека, а повешенный, стрёмный. Капец.
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can. You've been through much worse.
Ладно.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
Ну, это убийство, скорее всего.
She was probably murdered.
And you think Simon did it?
Your guess is as good as mine. It could have been an accident.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while, if you feel like talking.
Все же мы на кухню попали. Угу. Почитать.
What did you find?
Someone tried to burn this.
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret. I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister, but I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Угу. Ладно, пойду спать. Может, наверх подняться? Ой, там можно было прочитать? А, да, надо обратно, блин. Так. Сегодня на завтрак у меня вместо чая был кипяток без сахара с лимонным соком. Еще я съела половинку яблока и кусочек подсушенного хлеба. В последнее время я что-то поправилась. Об этой диете я прочитал в газете. Судя по всему, в Лондоне она невероятно популярна. Но я просто ужасно голодна и мечтаю о яичнице с сосисками. 4 августа 1923 года. Вчера мы получили странное письмо, адресованное Йохану, от одного американского джентльмена по имени Эдвард Харден. Он из Ханновера. Это мы, получается, да? Штат Массачусетс. Письмо очень вежливое и написано хорошим языком. Наш адрес мистеру Хардену сообщили в полиции в Олсуне, когда он попросил дать им какой-нибудь контакт в Гровике. Я удивлена, что они сказали ему обратиться к Йохану, а не к Фредерику. Но, возможно, это потому, что нашей дорогой Маргарет больше нет, а мне проще ответить на английском, чем Фредерику. В письме мистер Харден спрашивал о своей сестре Элизабет Харден, путешествующей в одиночку. По-видимому, она журналистка. Представляете себе, пересечь Атлантику, чтобы написать о Норвегии. Звучит просто чудесно. В письме сказано, что Элизабет телеграфировала брату из Оулесу. Какие названия городов? Олесуна. И сообщила, что планирует посетить Гровик. Не представляю, что могло пробудить ее приехать в это тихое, скучное старое место. Здесь же стало совершенно не о чем писать. Его сестре еще не при... Его сестра еще не приехала. Если бы она была уже здесь, я замучила бы ее расспросами об Америке, о ее журналистской жизни, о том, как ей путешествуется. Мне кажется, у нее такая интересная жизнь. Надеюсь, она и правда придет. Хотя уверена, ей здесь будет до смерти скучно. Я напишу сегодня ответ мистеру Хартману. Йохан небольшой любитель писать письма, особенно на английском. Он согласен, что мы должны пригласить мистера Хардена остановиться у нас, если он решит приехать. В конце концов, в Гровике нет гостиниц, а нашу свободную комнату мы практически не используем. К тому же, должна признать, гость из Америки, это звучит невероятно здорово. 5 августа 1923 года. Сегодня на завтрак я съела вареное яйцо и тост с маслом. Йохан сказал мне, что я занимаюсь глупостями. Мне не надо вообще худеть, тем более, что мы не в Лондоне и никому нет никакого... Так, на следующей странице, видимо. Нет никакого, видимо, дела до этого. Так, не понял. Ой, блин. Никакого дела, видимо, ладно. Я написал мистеру Хардену и пригласила его остановиться у нас, если он решит приехать. Я в таком возбуждении, только я беспокоюсь о его сестре, где бы она ни могла быть. 9 августа 1923 года. Сегодня в магазине был скандал. Фредерик кричал на бедную Астрид, заявляя, что ее козы пасутся на его земле. Я хотела вступиться за нее, но знала, что это только еще больше разозлило бы. Что его только еще больше. 10 августа 1923 года. Йохан поплыл сегодня через фьорд купить кое-что нужное, в том числе новую ткань, и забрать почту. Письма скапливаются в магазине. Иногда мне становится страшно, кажется, весь мир просто забыл о нас. 17 августа 1923 года. Дошила еще одно платье, на сей раз для себя. Клиентов больше нет, никому не нужны новые платья, и мы уже целую вечность не выезжали в город. Я там совсем никого не знаю, да и кому нужны платья, сшитые в Гровике, если можно купить изготовленное в ателье в Олсуне. Чувствую себя такой одинокой. Теперь, спустя столько лет, мне так не хватает моей милой Маргарет. 20 августа 1923 года. Мне кажется, Рут что-то от меня скрывает. Она стала ужасно скрытной, уходит одна чаще и чаще. Одна еще чаще, чем раньше, и постоянно возвращается в испачканной одежде. Конечно, я не возражаю, чтобы она гуляла и играла на свежем воздухе. Мне всегда было жаль, что нам с Маргарет не позволяли бегать и развиваться, когда мы были маленькими. Рут говорит, что она еще просто ищет цветочки и красивые камушки. Наверняка мне не нужно так сильно переживать. 21 августа 1923 года. Заходил Симон. Принес подарки для Рут. Целую плитку шоколада. Он чудесный мальчик. Но Фредерик будет в ярости, если узнает об этом визите. 22 августа 1923 года. Я спросила Рут, не играла ли она наверху в ферму Фредерика или возле старой шахты. Она заверила меня, что нет. У меня никого не было, никогда не было причин не верить ей, но все же я чувствую, что она что-то от меня скрывает. Пока ее не было, я посмотрела на ее рисунки, какое же у нее живое воображение. 5 сентября 1923 года. Мы получили еще одно письмо от мистера Хардена. Он будет здесь в октябре, как и было запланировано. Жду не дождусь возможности наконец с кем-нибудь побеседовать. Пусть даже это всего на несколько дней. Не то чтобы Йохан был плохим собеседником, но нам почти не о чем уговорить, если не считать на повседневного жития-бытия. Никаких известий о сестре мистера Хардена так и нет. Если она уже несколько недель как покинула Олсен, где же она может быть? Она могла, конечно, решить остановиться где-то по дороге. Мы ничего не слышали, но в последнее время мы редко говорим с кем-нибудь не из Гровика. Я надеюсь, с ней все в порядке. Было бы ужасно, если бы мистер Харден проделал такой долгий путь впустую. У Рут все тот же таинственный вид. Я знаю, что она что-то скрывает. На днях надо будет проследить за ней. 9 сентября 1923 года. Сегодня в церкви опять не было службы. Викарий, так и не вернувшийся после поминальной службы в июле, Йохан считает, что он и не вернется, и что он махнул на Гроверик рукой, как и все остальные. По-моему, я вот-вот слягу с простудой. 15 сентября 1923 года. Кто-то ночью повредил нашу лодку. Это уже третья за месяц. Йохан, разумеется, подозревает Фредерика. Я боюсь, что что-то ужасное снова через столько лет может вырваться на поверхность. Так, что? Это что-то странное уже. Мне очень нехорошо почти весь вчерашний день, да и сегодняшний я проверяла в постели. Рут был умничкой, она принесла мне картофельный суп и чай, молоко с медом. 18 сентября. Она покинула нас. Нашей дорогой Рут больше нет. Я не верю, что это сделал Симон. Теперь его тоже нет, а с ним пропала последняя надежда, которая еще оставалась у Гровика. То есть убил все-таки Симон, и эта дамочка говорит про какое-то существо, которое выйдет на поверхность из воды, видимо. Может быть, это Ктулху? Играть. Что это? Draugen Waltz. Ладно. Кораблик. Пианист. Ачивочка. Так, ну тем не менее, я поднялся на второй этаж. Так, это, видимо, комната Руд. Может, я тут что-нибудь найду. Чуть ничего тут нету. Никогда не понимал, кто ставится такие головы дома. Это ж стрёмно, типа. Закрыто. Открыто. Ну, уютненько, уютненько. Ладно, тут ничего интересного вроде нет. Можно идти спать. Эх. Я это читал, по-моему. Да? Да, это, скорее всего, читал. Господи, как она меня испугала сейчас. Капец, я так не ожидал ее сейчас тут увидеть. Жесть. Куда брать? А, книга.
I almost forgot putting this aside when I lit the fire. Wasn't there an inscription inside?
Была, я про это говорю.
Simon. Simon gave that book to Ruth. But who burned it?
Johann or Anna, if they believed Simon killed her.
But they were friendly, right? Simon and Ruth. Before...
I imagine so. And we know the sisters were close.
I still don't understand why the brothers had a falling out.
Whatever drove a wedge between them, it was big.
Окей. Ну, я не знаю даже, кто мог ее убить. Скорее всего, это все-таки Симон, так и есть. Как это я читал. Господи, да че я пугаюсь этих манекенов, капец. Я сейчас реально чуть опять не наложил кирпичей.
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's
Not
healthy
now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
Спатеньки.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late. Wake me if you hear the Fretlins arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.